studied in previous class. So we have, of course, always we have been refreshing ourselves what we have learned. We have learned the definitions of management, management principles, organizing the work in the library, how we are going to organize the work, and also we have seen how we plan for different services for the library and different schools with different thoughts, management principles, behavioral school. We have seen other types where the forcible work was taken, and later on there was a factor of humanity added to it, and we have seen that the effective management techniques have evolved with the pass of time. And of course, as for any other management organization where management is required, of course, the library definition itself says it is an organization so which requires the management. Coming to, okay, before I go further, I would like to ask a question to you people. Can somebody define what is a library? What is a library?
Library is a collection.
Organization. Yes, very good. Try. Yeah.
Library is a collection of resources, information sources.
Okay. Add further somebody. She has told it is the collection of resources. No doubt, it is a collection having somebody else. Karthik, Raju.
Collection of intellectual materials. Collection of intellectual materials and service, sir, to the users.
Library is a service organization.
It is a service organization. Okay, correct, no doubt. So you are adding something to it. So library is an organization where the intellectual materials are selected, intellectual materials are acquired or purchased, intellectual materials which are acquired are processed, and after processing it is maintained. It is maintained on the shelves for providing it to the users. So aim of the library, what is library? Library consists of these intellectual materials, then a librarian, then the users. If any of the three are lacking, you cannot call it as a library. A library will definitely have the collection, as all of you are told. It contains intellectual materials. But in order to procure or acquire the intellectual material and provide it to the users, there is a need for librarian, isn't it? Personnel. Library personnel. And unless until there are users to use that, again, there is no meaning of the library. So library consists of the librarian, library staff, intellectual materials. The staff helps in the selection, acquisition, technical processing, maintenance, and circulation of those acquired materials to the users. So all three are involved. Intellectual material involved, librarian involved, users involved. And also there is third component or another component is the service, information service, dissemination of information. Who provides service? Librarian or library staff provide the service to the users. So, of course, like this, as you are replying, please interact like that. It is, I am happy that you are able to interact, provide some definitions. Good. So yesterday we have seen the two aspects, budgeting of library, and also we have seen the collection development. So yesterday, as we discussed, can somebody tell me what are the sources of collection development in a library? Just list one by one. Somebody one, tell one, another, please add another. What are the
acquisition, sir? One is acquisition. Through acquisition, we can develop collection.
That means we will be purchasing the intellectual documents by investing some money. Good. Another source?
Maintaining.
Yes.
Through interlibrary loan.
Interlibrary loan, of course, it is a service. Interlibrary loan is a service. You cannot retain that book which is you are obtaining. So what are other sources? Just recall, yesterday we have
consortia, being a part of consortia.
Okay, consortia helps to get the material in cheaper rates. More access, more material, less cost, no doubt.
Yeah.
But sources, in addition to purchase, acquisitions, you get the material from some other source. What are those? Yes. What is that source? Please recall.
Through donation, through gifts.
Very good. So gratis publications we receive. We receive donations from other people, donations from other libraries, donations from certain institutions, donations from certain individuals, and our collection gets paid. And also, whatever you are publishing, you are exchanging with other institutions of similar interest, similar discipline, similar subject, so that whatever you are publishing, giving to them, whatever other institutions are publishing of your interest, you are getting from them without paying any cost. So this is the way you build your collection, by getting donations, by exchanging your publications, and also becoming the institutional member. You become life member or annual member of some society, some organization, and they will, whatever they are publishing as a eligibility of member, they will be sending you the publications which you can add to your library. It becomes library resource for providing it to the users. Good. So your collection will be developed. And sometime, and what are the ways we acquire the books? How, based on what you are purchasing the publications? We have seen yesterday how we are purchasing. Purchasing based on, yes?
Based on reviews, feedbacks.
Based on reviews, okay. Based on the suggestions received from reader. Very important thing. Because a collection you are developing in the library is for whom? For users. You are developing the collection for users, providing it to the users. So the suggestions from the users are the prime interest. Whatever they are suggesting, You purchase by other ways also. But prime interest should be whatever a reader is asking, put up to the committee, get evaluated, get the recommendations, get the approval of authorities, and purchase. Because whether it is a user, a student, a research scholar, or a faculty member, their role is prime. Their need is primary for us. All other things are secondary. You may add, like based on the librarian's suggestion, some reference books, some handbooks, some encyclopedias, some thesaurus. Yesterday we have seen, as a routine, you are purchasing books, you are purchasing reports, you are purchasing standards, you are purchasing patents, you are subscribing to the journals, you are subscribing to the databases. But the prime interest is what your readers are asking. And now what is the other way you get the new books? What is the other way? I have told, apart from the suggestions received and you are placing order for those approved books. What is the other way? Books on approval. Forgotten. Books on approval. Whatever the new books are published by the publisher, he sends it to the distributor. Distributor distributes it to the booksellers. Booksellers bring to the library new publications. And in turn, you put up those books on approval, which are given for a month or 20 days. You put those books to the committee, put it to the other faculty members, subject experts, get their opinion, get their recommendations, place order for those books, get invoices, get it accessioned, get it processed, distribute it to the users, either for study within the library or for circulation, issuing it to the readers, to the members. So these are the some of the things, and there will be some more things I would like to add here. It will be of use to you as a librarian. There are some, I told you, subscribe for based on the catalogs received from the publishers or the information received from the users. Based on that, you are purchasing requests from them. But there are some more things I would like, because being the librarian, I would like to say 2-3 things. And also I would like to get interact with you for this. What are those things? Suppose you are required to add a person, a faculty member of a college where you are librarian, comes to you and tells that please add some books in my subject area. Maybe his subject area is physics or biology or something, some subject. He says collection in my subject area is poor. Anyhow, you have added some latest books, but we don't have classic books in that subject area. So how you will find out what are the, maybe some 5-10 years back, those publications might have come, or 20 years back, those publications have been published, but still those publications are useful to the faculty for teaching purpose, for research purpose, or for any way, those publications. So how you will know what are the books existing in a particular subject area? What are the publications available in a particular subject area? Can somebody tell me? I will tell you. Don't worry. There are certain tools. There are certain tools. What we call books in print. what it called books in print. There are British books in print. There are American books in print. There are Indian books in print. So you have to get those books in print or volumes. Of course, they are available at James cost, but in today's environment, you can get it, the information, you can get it over the net, searching Google. But we were purchasing the volumes, books in print. There, in the books are there, arranged according to author, arranged according to title, arranged according to certain subject areas. Suppose you want books, go to the physics section of the books in print. You will find in the books are arranged there author-wise. Main subject will be there, physics, and get mechanics book, fluid dynamics book, sound books, heat book. You may get modern physics books, area books, and you can take either put that books in print in front of the faculty members or the committee, or you may take a Xerox copy of those pages where the physics books are listed, and the committee will help you to select a few books which are classical in nature, and you may procure those things and add it to the library. Another tool is that you may have to, as a librarian, you visit the book fairs, visit the books exhibitions, visit some international or national book fair. Can somebody tell me about the what is the local book fair? Anybody attended local book exhibition anytime?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. It is
Yes,
held
sir. NTR
every
Stadium.
year in the
NTR Stadium, sir.
November, December. It will. Pardon? Where?
NTR
It
Stadium.
is sometime
NTR
Necklace Road. NTR Stadium. Yes, you are correct. Last year it was in NTR Stadium. Sometime it was in, one time it was in Exhibition Ground. One time it was on Necklace Road. Sometime it was
Yes,
in
sir.
Nizam
Once I
College
was
Ground.
Madhapur
So
also.
every year, yeah. So it takes once, in a year, mostly in November or December, it takes place.
Number 14 to 20.
Yeah, sometime for 14 to 20, sometime it
Library
is in
week,
December.
sir.
During library week also, but nowadays they are putting in different periods. But anyhow, my purpose is telling you should visit such book exhibition as a librarian. I used to visit every year. Even after my retirement also, I am visiting the book fair. Similar to Hyderabad or AP book, what we call Telangana book fair, there is also every year a book fair is conducted known as World Book Fair. Where it is? Can somebody tell me? Where is that book? World Book Fair. It takes place in Delhi.
New Delhi,
Pragati.
Yes.
New Delhi. Every year it takes place as what we call the book fair, World Book Fair. It is for 6 or 7 days it is conducted, and thousands of stalls will be there. I have visited at least, I think, 7 or 8 times. And visiting morning, it started at 11 o'clock. When I entered in 11 o'clock, when I am out, it closes at 8 o'clock. The time will be up. You cannot see in one day. If you are seeing, visiting at least every hall and every portion of the book stall of different stalls, you may, one day is not sufficient for it. And books are there according to subjects. Books are science books separately, social sciences books separately, Hindi, Telugu, English, regional language books separately, children's pavilion separately, foreign publishers separately, and it helps librarian. A very good selection point. You need not purchase. At least you note down the information. Come and tell to your library committee that these are the new books I have seen, and you can place order and get those books if committee agrees. Similarly, for your general knowledge, Hyderabad Book Fair, you know, World Book Fair, New Delhi, you know, there is international book fair organized every year. Can somebody tell me where it will?
New York.
It is
New York.
No. It is every year held in the month of October. Normally October or maximum November. It is Frankfurt. It is Frankfurt International Book Fair, Frankfurt in Germany. In Frankfurt, about 7 days or 6 days, this international book fair takes place. Of course, I have never visited. There was no chance to visit Frankfurt or the book fair. But World Book Fair, New Delhi, of course, I have gone several times. But mostly traders, those booksellers from India also go there in order to negotiate, because almost very big publishers from different parts of the world come there and display their material. There will be business meetings with the booksellers. So these are some of the things you should also know, because when you go for interview, suppose somebody puts you question, can you tell me where the international book fair is organized? You should know. You should know that Frankfurt is the place where it takes place. In India, okay, World Book Fair takes place in Delhi. If possible, not Delhi, at least Hyderabad Book Fair you should visit. As a student of library science, also we should visit booksellers. And when you become librarian, of course, you are required to visit regularly. Apart from this, a library uses a practice that they are always placing standing orders for some books. There will be some book series. Every year, 1 or 2 volumes, reviews, annual reviews, or some other series by McGraw-Hill, by elsewhere in different subject areas, or some publication from societies come as a series. So you can place standing order. When you place standing order, whenever a new publication in that series comes, automatically that book will be sent to you for a period of 15 days. If you feel the content is useful to you, please retain. They will send you the invoice. If you request them by email, just send invoice. They will send invoice. Retain the book with you. In case you feel no, content is not as per your subject area, you may return back. Standing orders will be there. We have placed in our library several standing orders for the publication. One can do that, use that service for collection development. And apart from that, now last question under collection development, I am also continue something related to yesterday also. So can somebody tell me, apart from these things, this usual placing orders or visiting exhibition, what is the role of librarian as a member of the library committee? Because remember one thing, librarian is always
member
a member of the library committee. What member convener? Just no doubt. Member convener or be, but what is his role? Library
management, sir. Management.
No. I am telling role in collection development of librarian. I will tell you. Maybe tomorrow you may become a librarian of a college or a university. You maybe might have studied your MSc in botany, okay, and also your master's degree in library science. But a university consists of many things. A library, engineering books are there, medical books are there, chemistry books are there, physics books are there, commerce books are there, social sciences books are there, and you cannot be master in all the subjects. You are master in library science as well as master in your botany subjects, maybe. Then what is your role? Also to add some collection, your role as the selector of publication for reference service books. Reference service books. For a library, reference section is very important. You may suggest the books to be often different encyclopedias, different handbooks, sports books, gazetteers, gazettes, dictionaries, thesaurus, handbooks. All these publications normally will not be suggested by the users. It is the librarian who suggests based on the information received from the publishers, received from the book reviews, that these are the publications, reference books we should add. For example, I am telling you, suppose you want to know information related to different courses organized in India in different subjects. Somebody is interested in studying management, business management, MBA. What are the universities, what are the colleges available throughout India carrying out these courses, teaching the subjects, MBA, BBA, MBA? How you will know?
By visiting UGC site.
Of course, that is modern thing, no doubt. But there is a tool.
And there is an
sir, reference librarian, sir.
Reference librarian.
Once upon a time.
Reference librarian will only tell you seeing some reference source. What is that reference? My question is, what is that reference source using which you can tell the user that these are the universities, these are the addresses, these are the email address of the university, this is the location, these are the course. Pardon?
University directory, sir. Directories.
Yes.
University directories. University directories.
Actually, there is no doubt it is a kind of directory only. There is Handbook of Indian Universities.
Okay.
It is, the source is Handbook of Indian Universities published by Association of Indian Universities. Every 3-4 years new edition comes and they will give all kind of information related to different universities located in India, what courses they are conducting, what is duration, what is fees, what is who is the faculty, who is the head of the department, what is email address, what is fax number. Everything is there in Handbook of Indian Universities, Universities Handbook. And similarly, suppose you want the information related to foreign university. One of your faculty member comes to you and says, my son wants to go to Switzerland or wants to go to Germany, wants to go to Australia for higher studies in mechanical engineering or civil engineering or some medical course. There is a similar source as Handbook of Indian Universities in India. What is known as, can somebody tell me the source for international educational information? Yes.
Yeah.
Those are not.
Handbook of International Universities.
Actually, that is known as World of Learning. World of Learning. You may note down also if you want. World of Learning. It is a multi-volume directory which lists out country-wise, including India, alphabetical order, country name is there, and under that each country, what are the different universities, their details are, courses and fees, scholarship information, so many things are there. That is very useful information if you want to study abroad. Similarly, there are tourist books, sports books, who is who. Sometimes you are required to refer to those things, isn't it? More information about sportsmen, information about scientists, information about political leaders. There are what we call census books providing information about the census of different places. All these what we call information sources or reference sources, which are mostly suggested by the librarians only to be procured in the library, because users does not know. There is a information book, geographical information system. There is also books related to latitudes, longitudes, which is useful to geophysicists and geography people. There are history of books, history of panchangs, dates, eclipses, earthquakes. So many sources are there. Those information sources are to be acquired. Anyhow, I am stopping here for the collection development, and we will go to the next topic. What is we call the costing? What we call costing? What is the meaning of costing? You are providing several services in the library, and of course, each service, whether it is procurement of documents or technical processing or creation of databases or procurement of databases, circulation service, preparation of bibliographies, anything you take in the library, it incurs some cost. It incurs some cost. Of course, there will be regular cost. Suppose a book is, you are procuring a book, whatever list price is there, you may have to pay. Maybe some little discount, they may give 10% or so. But you may incur cost for placing orders. You may incur cost for giving reminders, sending letters. You may incur cost for journal subscriptions. You may incur cost for binding the journals or subscribing to databases. Everywhere cost is involved. You are supposed to, your organization is supposed to pay the salaries of employees, librarian, assistant librarian, deputy librarian, library assistants, peons, maintenance cost. Everywhere cost is involved. Everywhere the cost is involved. So some libraries, many organizations have got the practice of cost accounting, analyzing the cost, listing the cost for different services. It is a regular practice in some of the organizations. Though in government organizations, whether we are librarians or information specialists, we don't much stress on the cost, but the private sector people, industrial sector people also stress much on costing of different surveys. The costs are calculated. I am telling you a small example. A library purchases the books. Maybe a book may be costing 6,000 rupees. You have purchased a book costing from abroad, you have purchased and it is costing 6,000 rupees. Maybe in science or social sciences, whatever it may be. Mostly science books are more costly than the social sciences books. How you will realize the cost of that book? You have spent 6,000 rupees to purchase one volume, one book, or if you have purchased an encyclopedia investing about 3 lakhs rupees, having 5 volumes or 6 volumes, how you will realize the cost of that publication? Can somebody tell me how you can see that you have spent so much but the cost is getting realized? Any idea? Yes. Realization of, pardon? Bibliography? Yes, yes.
Bibliography by.
No. What I mean to say, if you are purchasing a book in the library, paying 6,000 rupees, how you feel the cost of book is, whether getting realized, it is getting reduced or not? I will tell you. As many times as a book is read by persons or it is borrowed by a user, its cost is realized. Suppose a book you purchased paying 10,000 rupees, one volume, it is lying on the shelf, nobody touches it, nobody reads it, nobody gets it issued, then will the cost of that book will be realized? No, it is waste of expenditure on for that book. As many times as possible, if the book is frequently issued to different readers, its cost get realized. That means that book is useful, whatever contents is there, you purchase it, it is worth that amount which is spent on behalf of users and they are utilizing it. So for that purpose, we give first priority to users' suggestions while purchasing the book. If somebody is asking a book, maybe few people or one person or 10%, whatever it may be, suggested by readers so that they may use it and the cost is realized. The cost is realized. Suppose you want to introduce a service in the library, maybe the reprography, that is providing Xerox copies or giving printouts of the articles to the users. How you will calculate the cost of the service? You have to calculate the cost of equipment you have installed, Xerox machine, multifunctional printers. You may have to take into consideration if you are providing service using databases, internet costs. You are using papers for printing. You are using toner or ink cartridges in the printer. And then the cost of the put together, these inputs put together, you are calculating the unit cost. How much cost if giving a printer out to a reader from a database, one article, this much is the cost incurred. So you charge the user, of course. In scientific organization like where I was working, the users are never charged. They are provided the free of cost photocopies if they are working in the organization as scientists or research scholars. No printing cost if an article is given to them. Free of cost. The cost is absorbed by the management in the journal cost, recurring cost. So, no doubt if you want, you can calculate how many books you have purchased in a year, how much it costed, what is the average cost of the book, what is the average cost of the subscription. If you are doing journal subscription, suppose you can regularly, you should evaluate. You should find out how much use of the articles journals which you are subscribing is made. If you are subscribing e-subscription, online subscriptions, then how much amount you are spending, how much people are using the resources, so that the cost factor can be assessed by the library, by the organization. If you see, I can tell you some of the libraries resources which are written on your study material, where you can calculate the cost for different things, is listed on your page number 183. What it says, the following cost center could be considered as cost center for calculation of costing of services: circulation services, reference service, bibliographic service where you are preparing bibliographies, photocopying or reprography services, microfilming services. Yesterday I showed you microfilm. Then book section, serial section, manuscript section, interlibrary loan services, whether it costs something, providing current awareness services, research and development, technical processing, acquisition, cataloging, indexing, administration, computer division, acquisitions, all this, they have listed out certain divisions of library where you can do the cost accounting. Though, and it also says the under acquisitions, if you are making the calculating the cost, you have to take into account material cost, cost of the publication, cost of stationery, cost of equipment for storing material, or labor cost for ordering books, recording acquisition, scrutinizing, storing of received items, cost incurred towards cancellation of orders or maintenance of it. Everywhere the cost is involved, no doubt. Library circulation system, there also labor cost, material cost, membership tickets, membership cost, there will be cost for the preparation of bibliographies. Suppose you prepare manual catalog cards, then also you are costing something. So different aspects are there. So under it says if you see the definition, it says cost analysis is basically a measurement of made to achieve certain ends. So the cost involves not only the cost of the material which you are acquiring, but also your time taken of the staff is also calculated. Measurement of monetary item or time sacrifice made to achieve certain ends. Cost analysis involves measurement of the resource input to the system, understanding the nature of the work carried out, and the labor time needed to carry out the work. So there are certain steps involved if you are analyzing the cost of the services, cost of the process, or cost of the material acquired. Then the steps involved are identification and quantification of the process. In order to calculate the cost, it is must that you should quantify the services. Division of the process into smaller component steps. Naturally, under system analysis also we are making into small divisions, each division, each unit. Same way here also for cost analysis, we have to divide the processes into smaller components. Another step is determination of resource requirement for each step. If you are calculating the cost for certain service, you have to determine the cost of the different resources and its cost. Identification of time and value, cost analysis, and other alternates. So there are certain things under cost analysis approaches. So, for example, the important approaches for this is cost effectiveness. Is the cost incurred to you for the library service, what is its effectiveness of that cost which you have spent? Then cost benefit analysis is done. Then cost utility is calculated, cost feasibility is calculated. Of course, all these things, the industrial and other organizations, industrial and other organizations, private, less so. If you see your study material, you may also find some examples given of cost calculations for a library system. If you want to calculate the cost benefit analysis, if you want to do, then suppose personnels are there, you have to calculate their salaries, supervisors, professionals, semi-professionals, non-professionals, and secretarial staffs. You have to calculate the cost of facilities provided like working place, furniture. You have to take into account materials and supplies like stationery, books, journals, non-print media resources like catalog cards, floppies, CDs. You have to take into the consideration cost of equipment like computers, printers, scanners, servers, and other inputs like cost incurred for energy, lighting, air conditioning, heating, cleaning, and maintenance of the workplace, including the training of the personnel. So how you calculate the total cost the library services provided is total cost is equal to direct cost plus indirect cost. Direct cost is what you paid from the library for procurement of books, subscription of journals. But for example, equipments, your organization has purchased and given you computers, given you printers, given internet connection. They are providing electricity for lighting up the area, tube lights, air conditioning. All those are indirect costs plus direct costs. Together, it provides you the total cost. That is what we call as cost analysis we are doing. Though in government organizations, librarians and our library staff are less involved in these things, but still it is a useful technique. And another thing which is also there is marketing of information services. Marketing of information services. I tell you, many times it happens when you go for interview, then they may put you a question, how you will improve the marketing of your library services. Many times the library staff or those who are going for interview reluctant says, sir, no, the library is not for profit. So how we can market? We are not supposed to take money from the readers. Marketing does not mean getting money only. It is a kind of misunderstanding that marketing means selling something and getting money in turn. No, that is not the marketing. Marketing means whatever services you are offering to the clientele of your organization, to your users, how much it is utilized, how much your users are accepting those services, they are enjoying those services. That is the marketing strategy. The marketing strategy does not get the involvement of money which is to be paid, or some you are receiving that, or how many photocopies you are charging outsider and getting. That is not the marketing. Marketing is realization of the cost of the services. As I told you, I will tell you just now, few minutes back before I told you, if you are spending for a book, 5,000
book fairs, sir, book fairs.
Book value. You are supposed to get back that book base you are telling. I am not able to clearly
Book guides, sir. Book guides and book fairs.
because there is aids, book aids. Oh, that's okay. That is also there. So what I mean to say, marketing involves the selling your information to the users. Selling means not again, as I told, the cost, the value of the information which you are providing to the users. There are different marketing concepts given by certain management experts, certain library experts. For you, I will read 2-3 definitions. You may try to understand. The one, Philip Kotler, what he says, marketing is the analysis, planning, implementation, and control of carefully formulated programs designed to bring about voluntary exchange of values. Remember here, voluntary exchange of values with target markets for the purpose of achieving organizational objectives or organizational goals. By providing the services, if you are able to realize the goals of your organization, then you are a good marketeer. You are able to market your services because you are helping your organization to achieve its goals. Another fellow says, who is Goldlust, he says marketing is the process of creation of time, place, and form utilities. So he has given importance to the time and also place and form the utilities. The organization which has described marketing as marketing is the management process. Marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirement profitability. Here, the prime thing or the main thing is customer requirements, customer satisfaction. Normally, we are measuring while providing the marketing services the customer satisfaction. Is the customer getting what he requires? That is very important. And US Department of Commerce has given the definition of marketing as marketing is a planned approach to identifying, attracting, servicing, and gaining support of specific user groups in a manner that furthers the goal of information services and the organization. So it is clear, it is identifying and making the service available to the users as per their requirements. There are certain characteristics of marketing, as we are always seeing the characteristics of different planning or Organizing, what are the characteristics? 1 minute, there is a phone call. Namaste, sir. नमस्ते. लास्ट ही चल रही साहब मेरी. हाँ 2:30 तक है साहब. हाँ अगस्त 11 and 12. हाँ वैसे तो कुछ असाइनमेंट नहीं है वो टाइम पे. फ्री रहता हूँ क्यों, कुछ काम है साहब. अच्छा प्रैक्टिकल्स है क्या कुछ? ओके ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. मेरा ये क्लासेस कल लास्ट है साहब. हाँ और कल क्लासेस खत्म हो जाता, फिर मैं वो इवेल्युएशन का भी काम स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ और 11-12 को भी आ जाता. ठीक है सर. ओके सर. ओके. So, sorry, there was some disturbance because phone call was there. So, certain characteristics are there. And what are the characteristics of marketing? Few things I will tell you. It says marketing is an attitude of mind. It requires certain attitude to be adopted for marketing. Market orientation is a state of mind which penetrates the entire organization. So, marketing attitude is one thing. Marketing is a way of organizing business. Of course, no doubt, it is a way of business. Marketing is a range of activities, and it says marketing as the producer of profits. Of course, if there is no profit, there is no meaning in marketing. So, there is also here the discussion in your study material whether the information is a resource or it is a commodity. Of course, information is both. It is also commodity. It is also a resource or service. There are two things. There will be what we call yesterday or day before yesterday, I used two terms, tangible and intangible. The service which you can observe, you can touch, you can feel.
Tangible.
And intangible, where you cannot touch, you can just feel. Yes, somebody has, you put a user comes to you as a librarian, he comes to you, he puts questions to you, you give solution or answer to the queries of the reader, he is satisfied, he goes away. You cannot measure the satisfaction in quantity. You cannot touch and feel what satisfaction he has got. Only inner feeling is there, yes, he got satisfied. Intangible. His satisfaction is our motto. Whatever, that is also a marketing. That is also a marketing thing. You have provided service to him. He got satisfied. But thing is that here you cannot see the things, you cannot touch the things, you cannot feel the things. Only the inner feeling is there. Yes. Person asked the question, you replied it, your solution, he was in problem, you have given the solution to the problem, he is satisfied, he goes away. Intangible services. And certain marketing strategies are given, such as market for the organizational analysis, you are supposed to do the market analysis, resource analysis, that certain answers are to be given if you want to analyze the current market, current information market. So what are the things? Under market analysis, you are supposed to ask certain questions like what important trends are affecting the market? What is the primary market? What are the major market segments for the particular product? Who wants to use those products? What are the needs of each segment? Then how much awareness, knowledge, interest, and desire is there in each market segment? There are different market segments. You divide it. What is meant by segment? If you take a circle, divide it into the portions from the center to the periphery, it becomes a segment. So there are different segments in the marketing, different parts. So you see that how much each segment, how much awareness, how much each market segment, and how do key public see as well as our competitors, how potential users learn about us that we are providing the service, how you are advertising your service, making available. If as much as you advertise, as much as utility is there in your organization, you might have seen the heads of the organizations, they visit the library many times. They put the question, librarian, they call the librarian and they say, how much is the utility of the librarian is there? How much utility of library is there? They say, I am finding the attendance register here. Only 20 people have visited or only 15 people have visited the library for an entire day. Is keeping this trend that then is library required for the organization? What reply? It has happened. It has been questioned. I have also been questioned many times by my superiors, my director. They come and see the attendance register, visitors register, and they say only 10 people have come visited the library. That is library. What then service is to be continued, or it should be closed? But for a scientific organization, library is must. And I will tell you, how I defended. Yes, definitely, our library services are used to a large extent. Don't see the register that 10 people have visited. Earlier, maybe 30 people, 40 people may be visiting per day because there were no services like online journals, online books are available today. Earlier, we were providing services from 9:30 to 6 to our users. Today, we are providing 24 hours. 24 hours. How? The journals are accessible, books are accessible throughout night, throughout day, 24 into 7, 365 days. See that utility. When you see that how many people have come to the library, isn't it? Is it not the fact? My question was to my superior, sir, tell me, the scientists who are working in our organization, they were producing how many articles previous to 3 years back? 110 articles per year they were publishing in journals, scientific journals. Today you see 180 articles are coming, 200 articles are coming. How they are coming? Without utilizing the information sources like journals. Can they write the articles without that? No. That means in case of online library, when you have switched over to the digital, readers are not coming to the library. Library products are going directly to the readers on their table, in their room. They are able to access journals. They are able to access books. They are able to prepare bibliographies online. They are able to take printout. They are able to read. They are able to save and retain the material with them. This is the change. You are marketing your services, no doubt. You are spending a lot on the services. You are marketing your services by modifying your mode of providing service, from the manual method to mechanized, manual method to computerized method. Communication is passed on. Your services are met, no doubt. I will tell you, as a librarian, you know what is CS? What is CS?
Current awareness service.
Good. Current awareness service. What is, how you provide current awareness service from using journals? Any idea?
Yes.
By abstraction and indexing.
By abstraction and indexes. No. No. Abstracting, of course, you are providing abstract, or you are providing the indexes, ready-made indexes, and that is a different aspect. How you provide the current, I will tell you. Daily, your library may be receiving 10 journals issues. Okay. What we used to provide the current awareness service to our readers, we were taking the content pages, Xerox copy. Okay, only current content pages of whatever journal issues are received, we were circulating to the scientists. That today we received so many journals. These are the contents. If any article is of interest to you, please come and read that article, or take a photocopy of that article and read leisurely in your room. That was the current awareness service. Content pages were circulated to almost all the scientists, all heads of the division, so that they may circulate among their staff, their research scholars, their researchers. But I will tell you, and under SDI, what is SDI?
Selective dissemination of information.
Selective dissemination. What you will do there? You don't provide the everything content, all content pages, Xerox copy. You don't circulate. You prepare the profiles of each user, profiles of these scientists. He is specialized or interested in which subject. He is pursuing research in on which topic, and you are selecting those articles only, contents of those articles only, and sending relevant information to the relevant scientist, relevant information to the relevant researcher. Isn't it? That is the only difference between SDI and CS. CS, you are providing the current awareness. of a particular subject area. But in selective dissemination, you are choosing the subdiscipline, topic in which person is interested, selecting that information, that part only you are sending to the concerned researchers. Right information to right person on right time.
Right time.
Yes, very good. Because these three things, right information, right time to right person. If you give something which is not useful to a particular person, then there is no as such usefulness of that thing. In our childhood, I used to read one story of that fox and the saras, that what we call that one bird having long beak. He offers, the fox offers, he offers the kheer or that payasam, what we call, that is to the bird bowl, and he is not able to take because of long tuck, 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 like that he do. So similarly, this fellow, what he do, the bird offers to the fox in a jar which she cannot put her tongue inside. So what is the use? You are providing the things, neither he is able to take nor other person is able to take. So provide the right information, right time, and to right person. So that is the selective dissemination of information. Right marketing, that is the right marketing of the product, right marketing of your service to the right person. How you are offering the service. So anyhow, there should be, there are certain things given here. You can provide the information based on the in mission area. I can take up another important issue, that what we call as HRD, because last 30 minutes only are left. We can continue something even tomorrow. What is meant by HRM?
Human resource management.
Human resource management. So human beings are also considered as a resource for an organization, without which one cannot manage the services. For that purpose, when I told you to define the library, in the definition of library also, you say the library is the combination of intellectual material which you are preparing, managed by a librarian, that is library personnel, and also the users. There is no use of having a seller or putting a shop if the products are not sold out. What is the use? If you are having a lot of things and there are no customers to take it, there is no use. So the human resource in a library, of course, librarian, deputy librarian, assistant librarian, library assistants, catalogers, classifiers, shelving agent, shelving personnel, those who are arranging books on the shelf, book assistant, earlier people used to call it, maintenance people, those who are sweeping the floor, those who are mopping the floor, everything. Personal management is to be done at every level. Even if you don't supervise at lowest level also, the workers who are maintaining the library, then also whatever efforts you are putting, people will not be satisfied, and the reply will, suppose dust is there in the racks, the floor is dustful, or the books are having dust, cobwebs are there, not maintained, you will be blamed. That is a common problem in the libraries. Time such services, a librarian use, but do you think that a library is taking just a librarian and leaving the books throughout, giving all other jobs? No. At every level, the management is required. Every level supervision is required so that you maintain the library. So, for an organization, managing the human resources is an is general thing. Maintaining the actual staff, regular staff, librarian or deputy librarian or assistant librarian or other workers in the library also is very important aspect. Otherwise, what will be affected? Services will be affected. If you don't have dedicated staff, properly trained staff, then the problem will come. Your services will not be to the point, services will not be satisfactory, and you will be as head of the whatever service like information center, you will be blamed that you are not able to manage the staff properly. So human resource management is very important. Before switching over to uh, actual HRM or human resource management, I will give normally, as we are doing, what are the opinions of different management gurus for the management of human resources. We'll see what is the old definition, what is the new definition of human resource management. Up to 1945, it is resource management. It says the human resource management There was some disruption, and now I think it is restored again, connection. Continue. So I was telling the old human resource management. It says that human resource management is that part of the management function which is primarily concerned with the human relationships within an organization. So, the term relationship, it is the human, it is what is human relation management, or what is the HRM, human resource management? It is prime importance is the human relationship in an organization. What is the objective? Its objective is the maintenance of those relationships on a basis which by enables all those engaged in undertaking to make their maximum personal contribution to the effective working of the undertaking. That is the definition given. Of course, this is there in your study material also. What was it there? The importance was given to the relationship. It says you manage your personnel, manage your staff in such a way that you utilize their expertise to the maximum extent so that the organizational goals are achieved. The objectives of the organization are achieved. That is very important. And new definition has come up according to new definition which came in 1966. What it says, human resource management is that part of the management function which is concerned with people at work and with their relationship within an enterprise. It is also almost same. Its aim is to bring together and develop into an effective organization the man and woman who make up an enterprise and having regard the well-being of an individual and of working groups to enable to make their best contribution to its success. Yeah, no doubt. Human relationship was there in old definition also. It is there in new definition also. But it says not only the organization goals to be met, but you have to care for the staff, care for the humans, those who are employed, for their well-being. Each individual should be taken care of, and also working groups, so that whatever contributions they are making, that is utilized for the development of the organizations to meet the objectives of the organization. Then there are certain objectives given. You may see there may be other some definitions also. Another is given here. I can say Sicula, Andrew F. Sicula is concerned basically with manpower of people, organizational resource of output. Of course, no doubt, the human administration is personal administration, we call, is nothing but the management of the people who are there, who are employed in the organization and are supposed to achieve the organization goals. And then according to Michael Jusius, what he has given, what are the objectives of human resource management, is attaining economically and effectively the organization goals everywhere. It is a kind of repetition in different words jargon. In order to economically and effectively, you are supposed to manage the human resources so that your organizational objectives or goals are achieved. And also serving the highest possible degree the individual general welfare of the community. And human resource management not only is creating the human relationship, but also it is some important aspect which you should also remember. Some functions are there, that is human resource management is related to manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, and termination. All these things, remember, it is manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, and termination. These are the primary functions of human resource department, HRD, human resource management, HRM. There are two terms, HRM, human resource management, HRD, human resource development. You are not only managing the human resources, but also working for the development of human resources. How you are developing the human resources, human power which is there in your organization? By providing them education and training wherever needed. You provide them education, provide them training so that career development takes place. You know, suppose by chance, if you are employed in a library as assistant librarian or library assistant, you are only BLSC, Bachelor in Library Science. You have worked for 5 years or few years. There is a rule. Your organization may permit you to pursue your Master of Library Science. While serving, you will be giving half salary also. Study leave also can be granted to pursue your master's degree in your subject area, which you are library you are managing of their organization, because there are 5-6 persons working in the library. One of the employee who is willing to gain higher knowledge, higher degree in that area, he will be sent for study purpose. Even some seats are reserved for in some of the universities, some of the courses. Even in your Brij, Dr. Ambedkar University, they also have the seats reserved for in-service people. In-service people, you are lucky. You are lucky that before joining the service, you are pursuing your master's degree in library and information science. But If you are joining the organization with BLSC qualification, but if you want to pursue higher studies, your organization may provide you the facility of study leave, send you for pursuing master's degree in library and information science. That is the aspect, education and training and advancement of career, development of career of the employees, the HRM, HRD, human resource development. They take care of the employees. Terms of employment also is taken care by HRM. Methods and standards of remuneration, how much of salary you are going to get, and also maintaining interpersonal relationship among employees and employer. There should be no conflict. There should be no conflict. Rather, if there is a cordial relation between the employer and employee, your boss and the subordinates, the work will run smoothly in your organization. Let it be a library. The organizations takes care of you. If you are in government or in public sector organization, they not only provide you for opportunity for career advancement, for they may send you, suppose there a library is there which is manually working. You have introduced computers, you don't know. Suppose you are old time librarian, old timer. At the time there was no component. When I studied, I will tell you, I studied my master's degree in 1980. How many years back? 41 years back, I did my master's degree. And about 42, 43 years back, I did my bachelor's degree in library science. When I joined my service, there was no computers in the library. No, everything was done manual. Even how people were, users were coming, we were providing them catalog cards like reference cards, which were lined, and they were recording bibliographies. Readers themselves, whatever they were reading article, they were noting down author name, title, year of publication, name of the journal, and volume number, issue number, page numbers, etc. They were carrying the card. Today, nobody will do that. No computers were there. Manually on catalog card, our staff were preparing library catalog cards, author-wise, title-wise. 10 cards for each book sometime. Few 5-6 keywords, series information card, author card. There were 2 authors, 3 authors, 3 cards, title card, self-list card. So many things manually doing, but slowly we switched over. Computers were invented. They were deployed. First, they came in foreign countries. India also started from 1981-82 onwards. Only big libraries were having computers. That to one small computer. And when the computer came into library, even single computer, we were uneducated. Yes, we were uneducated. Though we were having master's degree in library science, but uneducated. Because we were not knowing how to operate the computer. Never saw. I am telling you the truth that I never saw the monitor, never saw the processor before 1980. When it was deployed, Naturally, we were not knowing how to work. We were sent for training, short-term training, 6 days, 1 week training, INSDOC, NISCARE, or your DRPC. Several organizations helped us. Small courses, 3 days, 5 days, were organized in computers, and we were able to work on the computer. That is the duty of HRD, HRM, Human Resource Management. We were given training for preparation of bibliographies. We were given training for computerization. We were given training for even for human resource management. I have undergone training in Institute of Public Enterprise, which is in Usmania University campus. When I joined as new assistant librarian, of course, I was head of the library. Was my designation was as a technical officer. I was sent to 1 week's training to Institute of Public Enterprises, where they have given the management training for all aspects of library, including human resources, computer, certain things related to computer, how to organize the work, how to manage the work. 7 days we were in Institute of Public Enterprises, learning from different management gurus, different techniques, and employing those techniques in our library to manage the resources. So HRM is concerned with training the staff. If I get trained in management, if I get trained in certain aspect, I will send my subordinates, my colleagues, for some aspects of training. I have sent them. Some of them have gone to NISCARE, some of them have gone to local training, not only computers, not related issues, but also library aspects. We have sent our staff on study leave for pursuing higher education. They are concerned what we do normally, periodically, once in 3 years or 4 years. If a library staff retires, or unfortunately somebody dies, or somebody quits the job, resigning, we may give requisition to our HRD division to recruit the person in place of that who has left the organization, joined, or transferred to some other organization, or left or died or retired. The HRD take care. Sometimes they redeploy from other sections temporarily till the time recruitment takes place, because recruitment is a very big process in some of the organization. It takes 2 years to get the person, get the approval of government, then their management, then the higher authorities, governing council, the post is approved, it is post is advertised in newspapers, no suitable candidate is found, because before calling interviews, a committee goes through the applications review. Sometimes they are rejecting all applications. Luckily, few applications are selected, and conducting interviews, selection letters goes, somebody asks for time, all those things. Sometimes it goes 1 year, 2 years also. So while selection, certain things are there. Job descriptions, job requirements are to be listed. The person, if he is to be recruited, what will jobs he is supposed to do under job requirements, job description. People write that the person should be well versed with UDC section. You should know how to work on computer. Before recruiting, you give job requirements. The person should be well versed with Koha or UGenlib, or he may be having, of course, in addition to basic qualification, some qualification, additional training in the computers. All those requirements are given before advertisement goes. Then HRD division reviews, gives advertisement. Letters are, offer letters are, first selection goes offer letters or interview letters, then offer letters, final selection letters, joining. Several circulars are issued by HRD department while person joins. Before that, lot of procedure is there. Police verification. If you are joining in government organization, they write to police verifies where were you in last 10 years or 15 years, whether any case is pending against the person, and if no case is pending, if good character certificate is given by the police department, then only the people are given letter of selection. Then they can join. Then joining circular comes that such a person has joined as the assistant librarian or library assistant in this organization. There will be service conditions. A person recruited should be certain, not more than 28 years if you want for particular service. If graduate post is there, less than 30 years. Then HRD also looks after the certain aspects. What are your benefits? Basic salary, you will get DA, you will get house rent allowance, you will get transport allowance. How many years of service you can do up to the 60 years age for retirement. Timely promotions. From time to time, you will be given promotion. Certain norms are set every 5 years or every 6 years, 7 years, whatever the period may be. You will be called for your assessment interviews. If you are found suitable, you will be promoted. HRD also take care for your annual performance appraisals, APRs. APRs, what we call annual performance appraisal report. APAR. In some of the organizations, this APAR is known as CRs, confidential reports. Here you are given a form or a set of forms. You have to fill up your details, personal details, when you join, what are your qualifications, what work you do, have you achieved any higher qualification, have you gone for any training, you have been sent for training, or you have guided for some PhD or MPhil, or have you done any technical work, or you feeling any constraints in providing service to your organization. All those things are filled up, signed by the employee, sent to the employer. The HRD division sends to some reviewer. Higher boss will write your report. It goes to higher authorities. Higher authority reviews. Finally, you are awarded your results. How? Whether you have done excellent or outstanding. There is a class given in appraisal reports. Outstanding, 100% marks, 100 out of 100. Excellent, some 90% marks. Very good, good, satisfactory, poor. If you are not working, your boss may write unsatisfactory. Or simply satisfactory. Or poor. You will get memo. HR, your administrators gives you memo. Why so bad? Remark. Why poor? Why only unsatisfactory or satisfactory? Because you are not working properly. You will be given explanation letter. Explain. Punishment. If it is written bad or something adverse remarks are there, or some people, it happens. People go in unionism, they form unions, fight with the people. They don't want to work, but do politics. Sometimes they are punished by the organization. Increment stopped for one year. Sometimes they are suspended if they are involved in corruption. Termination, of course, is the last stage, but suspension for 3 months, suspension for 6 months. So, promotion, if you have worked satisfactorily, you got excellent remarks, you will be called after 5 years or whatever fixed period is there for interview. Library assistant becomes assistant librarian becomes deputy librarian becomes librarian in the over the period, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Once you get promotion, your status goes high, your salary becomes high. Apart from that, HRM or administration takes care of you. You are given LTC facility, leave travel concession. You can visit any place of India once in 4 years. Go to anywhere with family. If you are officer, you can travel by air, or you travel by train first class, air conditioned. They take care of you. You can visit tourist places. You can enjoy the gains. The organization takes care of not only you, they provide medical facilities for you, your children, wife, parents, if they are dependent, facility. You can avail educational fees reimbursement. So many facilities are given by not only government, many public as well as private undertakings also. They want that you should not feel bored. Work, achieve organization goals, achieve the objective. Same time you will be compensated. They will give you leave. 10 casual leaves or 8 casual leaves are given every year. You are given earned leave. If you do 1 year service, 30 days earned leave is given to you. You are given medical leave. If you become sick, produce doctor certificate, you will be given 10 days medical leave in a year without deducting salary, or 20 days half pay leave. Several facilities are given by government or private sectors to their staff. Of course, the role of HR, your organization, is You should supervise your staff, see that properly they are working, they are achieving the goals of your organization. Then naturally you will be considered as good manager, and organization takes care for you. So now already time is up, and three main things: some costing, cost accounting, and some marketing aspect, some human resources aspect, which are essential for any organization, including library and information centers. We have just studied. So we'll stop today here. One more class is there tomorrow. We'll see if some aspects of previous topics or coming topics we can discuss, learn something more. Yes, please. Before I close,
Yes, yes,
tell
sir.
me. Tell me. Any doubts? Any clarifications?
No,
Nothing?
sir.
Okay. Okay, then we'll stop today and tomorrow we'll discuss. If anything is there, please let me know. Tomorrow we'll discuss and complete our paper. Okay? So bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ మీకు సుదర్శన్ రావు సార్ అండి క్లాస్ అందులో జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. హలో, సుదర్శన్ రావు సార్ క్లాస్లో జాయిన్ అవ్వండి అమ్మా. హలో.
Okay, sir.